As you know, I introduced CHARBONE Hydrogen Corporation as an investment idea on this YouTube channel a week or two ago. And this morning, the company had a press release. So we're going to go through the press release. And if CHARBONE is the first time you see it, I wrote an investment report on this company. And the investment report, the link to the investment report is in the description below. So I suggest you read the investment report in addition to maybe watching my videos, introductory videos on CHARBONE. But here's the press release. Let's go over it. CHARBONE Hydrogen provides corporate update on strategic priorities. CHARBONE, North America's only publicly traded pure play hydrogen company, today provided a company update including significant progress being made with operating expenses and cash burn reductions over last year, steps to strengthen its balance sheet and reconfiguration of its 100% near-term focus on advancing green hydrogen production and developing a network of modular and scalable production facilities throughout hydrogen-dependent industrial areas in North America. We have been taking important and deliberate steps towards creating long-term shareholder value through a series of successful recapitalization efforts and focusing business activities on green hydrogen production delivery, commercial growth scalability, and strengthening our balance sheet, said Dave Gagnon, Chairman and CEO of CHARBONE. We have completed two recent financings for $500K and $850K and expect our cost reduction efforts will continue to result in a significant decrease in our monthly cash burn down to approximately $150,000 versus $450,000 and seen in previous periods. So this is important because in the first video on CHARBONE, I talked about how when I was going through due diligence on Cedar Plus, I went through like 36 pages of documents all the way from the beginning. And it wasn't until the last 5 pages that things started to turn around. And that's when I started to get excited because at first, the expenses and the burn rate were just out of control. They were so huge. It was just like, this company is going to fail. And then recently, you could see the reduction in costs to $150,000 of cash burn per month, which is very reasonable compared to $450,000 per month for a small company like this. And also, as the press release says, reconfiguration of its 100% near-term focus on advancing green hydrogen production. You see, in the past, the company wanted to do everything. In other words, to produce green hydrogen, you need a renewable resource, renewable energy, because you need to send electricity through water to split hydrogen and oxygen. And that electricity has to come from renewable energy, like solar, hydro, and what they wanted to do first was they wanted to own everything be vertically integrated. So they wanted to own like hydro plants in addition to producing green hydrogen. And that was not the best strategy because it was very capital intensive. But one of the reasons why they did it is because when you have assets like this, you can go public. But for our purposes, that strategy was not the most efficient. The strategy that they are on now makes more sense and it will create more shareholder value because each hydrogen production facility is going to be financed through project financing. In other words, somebody else pays for the capex and that somebody else earns an interest in that one facility, and shareholders of Charbone Hydrogen Corporation will retain the other, let's say 50 or 60%. So it's a way to put many different projects into production in a capital light way, because somebody else is doing all the heavy lifting, and there's a lot of money available for green hydrogen out there. So that's a big deal. And then here in the press release, they talk about how Charbone has implemented a range of significant cost-cutting actions designed to sharpen its capital structure through significant payables and monthly burn rate reductions while maintaining a healthy balance sheet and strengthening liquidity. So the company has right-sized its monthly burn rate from $450,000 per month to $150,000 per month. As of September, then they talk about how they had payables, had $2.8 million in trade payables, and as part of its ongoing plan to recapitalize its balance sheet and clean its payables as well as its debt, the following was completed. So they had some payables, and they issued some shares to pay for those payables, and also on the front of recapitalization efforts. In addition, the company has recapitalized balance sheet via the following two financings. So there was an equity raise, $500,000 equity raise, and then there was the most recent equity raise of $850,000, which closed on February 1st. So I was part of this equity raise, and some Microcap Explosions members were also part of this equity raise, which was done at 5 cents per share plus full warrant at exercisable at 5 cents. The Charbone team has worked diligently to refine its technology and proprietary processes with the goal of delivering a network of 16 modular and scalable green hydrogen production facilities and strategic areas across North America by 2030. Development of Charbone's flagship green hydrogen facility located in the city of Sorel-Tracy, Quebec, along Highway 30s, is set to come online in mid-2024. Production will follow a phased approach, gradually accelerating to produce approximately 200 kilograms per day once reaching initial full capacity. In the US, the plant development will begin with the recently announced project in the Detroit area. So they're putting first project into production in Canada, and then the second one is going to be in Detroit. The decision made to improve operational efficiencies have provided us with a clear path toward achieving several important milestones throughout the course of 2024, Gagnon continued. I want to thank all of our shareholders and business partners for their support as we push forward with an exciting green hydrogen production agenda in the months ahead. Okay, so a couple things. One thing is, the recapitalization of the balance sheet, because the balance sheet is weak, and that is exactly why I got involved. You see, most people stay away from problems. They want all the problems. Most investors want all of their problems to go away and everything to look pristine, and then they want to get interested. Well, I like to get interested when there are problems, and I like to be part of the solution. And part of the problem was raising money to strengthen the balance sheet and to give the company money to get further towards the production goal of green hydrogen. And the equity raise of $850,000 was part of the solution. And I was part of the solution. Microcap Explosions members were part of the solution. So here I will talk a little bit about the benefit, maybe, if you care to hear, of Microcap Explosions. And here's what I mean. If, let's say, you were part of Microcap Explosions and you participated in the 5 cent raise. Let's say you put in $10,000 at 5 cents. That got you 200,000 shares in the financing. And you also got 200,000 warrants at a strike price of 5 cents. So now, yesterday, like a few minutes before it closed, the stock price was already at 7.5 cents. So what does it mean? Well, at 7.5 cents, your 200,000 shares are worth $15,000, right? And this is all Canadian dollars, by the way. But also, your warrants are also in the money because you can exercise them at 5 cents and the stock price is already at 7.5, so you are in the money by 2.5 cents. So your 200,000 warrants are already in the money for $5,000. So in total, the value right now, and it changes from minute to minute and from day to day, is $15,000 for the shares, $5,000 for the warrants. You just turned your original $10,000 investment into $20,000. So in other words, the members of Microcap Explosions that participated in this particular private placement doubled their money in about 2 weeks. And of course, this can change tomorrow. It can get better. It can get worse. But I want to use that because I want to show you the benefit of the idea behind Microcap Explosions. And thankfully, during those 2 weeks, the Federal Reserve did not raise the interest rate 10 times during those 2 weeks. All right? Similar calculation happened on Aduro. Those that participated in the private placement with Aduro when I introduced it, more than doubled their money. Okay? So far on Voxter didn't turn out yet, but on Charbonne, they already doubled their money, and it hasn't even been 2 weeks. And you, on the other hand, not part of Microcap Explosions, you just heard about Charbonne, and you might have bought it or whatever. You're flat, right? You're flat while the members of Microcap Explosions are already doubled their money. Yeah? And let's say, what will happen for you to double the money? What needs to happen for you to double the money? Well, the stock needs to double, right? So 7.5, it needs to go to 15 cents. So if it goes to 15 cents, you will double your money. And what will happen to members of Microcap Explosions? They will have 5x their money because they invested at 5 cents. Those 200,000 shares will be worth $30,000, but those warrants will be worth $20,000, and in total, their investment will be worth $50,000. So they will have a 5x and you will have 2x. So anyway, just wanted to show you what happens when you are part of Microcap Explosions and an investment works out. And this is just 2 weeks. So a lot of things have to happen. The company has to deliver the first hydrogen production. More people need to find out about this investment. So we still have a long way to go. But that's the press release for today. They are focused on strengthening the balance sheet. They are aware of it. That needs a bit improvement. They're putting first location into production this year. They're getting ready for the second location. So that's it for this update. And if you want to become part of Microcap Explosions, you have to let me know, because right now I'm not letting everybody join. You have to convince me that you're the right fit for it. Probably if you tell me that you are Voxter certified, you went through the pain with Voxter, probably I'll let you in. But you might have to have a phone call with me or something like that, because I'm not letting everybody in. That's the way it is right now. I need to make sure that it's for the right people. So anyway, that's it for this update, and have a good one.